Hi, my name is Nisa Iwana Binti Yusle. My matric number is 2019217058. The introduction of the Sociale Research Library is: library research is an essential component of research initiative. The importance of the library in research is just as important as it is in other academic fields. Library provide a learning atmosphere for students as well as an outstanding research environment. Sociale Research Library is a non-governmental organization that primarily works with asylum seeker population from the Middle East, such as Africa, Syria, Pakistan, Somalia, Sudan and Jordan. The Sociale is the meaning of social in Italy vocabulary. The mission is to be a development leader who assist refugees and asylum seekers in Malaysia, as well as supporting information professionals and institutions in the global knowledge sector. The vision recognizing the contribution of library and information center to development of content-rich, knowledge-based civil society by encouraging lifelong education equity and enhancing librarian and information workers' lifestyle. The motto is "Research is creating new knowledge" by Neil Armstrong. The objective: Sociale Research Library programmers focus on schooling hygiene, working standard and emergency support. The Social Research Library offers children and adult education as well as family-based healthcare, mental health and outreach activities, and a community-based service network that offers technical education and health resources ranging from emergency assistance to case management. Next, the core business. The Sociale Research Library is a non-governmental organization that primarily works with asylum seeker population from the Middle East. The location: Jalan Gelap Golf 13/6, Section 13, 40100 Shah Alam, Selangor. The library theme is Sociale Research Library is research library that focus on humanity organization.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhamad Azudin. Now I would like to present about the personal aspect management in the Sociale Research Library. So, in the personal management aspect, we develop the top level management, the middle level management and the lower level management. So, at the top level management, which we develop the director, which functioning as the advanced, the board of director, and then under the director we have the middle level management, which are the finance manager that providing the financial service to local companies. Second is the human resource manager, which functioning as a director of human resource in the office. And third is admin assistant that offer logistical support for the implementation of effective work site. And the last list is maintenance, the mechanical repair and maintenance of equipment, structure and machinery are the responsibility of maintenance employees. Now we move to the organization chart for Sociale Research Library. So in the organization chart for Sociale Research Library, they provide the data position, which are at the top management we have a director, and under the director we have the administration, which have a 4 position, which are human resource manager, finance manager, admin assistant and maintenance. Under the administration we have the lower level management, which is the reference department, circulation department, preservation department and acquisition department. Now I would like to presenting about the performance appraisals. So the objective of implementing of performance appraisals in the Sociale Research Library is to get the feedback provision from the user. At the same time, it will help or assist top manager to decide on granting the promotion of a worker. And then the performance appraisal also will show the consistency and the quality of a worker to rank the performance system or methodologies that will be used by employees in social research library. So the performance appraisal is important in the organisation to have a evaluation and do some improvement of employee in implementing their responsibilities based on the performance appraisal. So they are the three examples of performance appraisal system, which is the example of checklist appraisal. Second is the example of ranking appraisal, and lastly is the example of scoring appraisal system.
For this section, I, Faiz Hashim, will present the financial management of Sociale Research Library. The work scope of financial management of Sociale Research Library is involving the task of managing funds, budgeting and controlling costs. Besides, the growth of assets is also included in their work scope. For the functions, their functions within the Sociale Research Library are somehow similar to other kinds of libraries. They are responsible for preparing the financial reports for the higher-ups, in charge of budgeting preparation and allocation, carry out the annual audit, and manage the receipts and evidence regarding the finances. For the next part, which the budgeting, the chosen budgeting technique is the lump sum budget. The lump sum budget refers to a non-specific approach to budgeting that gives the grantee a lot of discretion. The overall budget in the Sociale Research Library may be calculated by adding the annual budgets of each department and sub-department within the library. For our reference, the library has 6 departments and sub-departments in total. For the reference department, the annual budget allocated for them are 200,000. For the acquisition, 850,000, circulation, 200,000. For the technical, which comprises 3 sub-departments, the in total allocated budget are 450,000. Means the total amount of budgeting annually for the library are 1.7 million. As financial management is an all-important aspect in every institution, certainly the decision of implementing the lump sum budgeting technique is backed up with solid reasons. The lump sum budget provides excellent flexibility in library budgetary. The library administrator may determine each department or sub-department their monetary funds without setting a specific monetary limit. For the sources of funding, I will explain the types of sources of funding and the possible entities that may provide financial assistance to the library. For the local support, we chose the Paperback Book Club as our possible entity for assistance and funding, since they have similar goals in mind, which is to build a knowledge society. Next, the State Aid. We chose Perbendaharaan Negeri Selangor as they are in charge of all aspects of the state's financial affairs and funding. Our library may approach them for monetary supports by requesting an annual budget allocation for the development of a library that based in Shah Alam, Selangor.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ainul Izzati Binti Abu Hasan. My matrix number is 2019232596. For the promotional planning, which is the way to introduce our library to general, we will discuss to create social media account. The reason we choose to do this on the first place is because social media has created much attention and awareness about something in a fastest way. People can easily know the existing and what we have in our research library when we keep a regular update on social media. Next, we will greatly to do some unique image editing about our library service and the environment in it. Image editing indirectly can attract the interest of the public because, as we know, image and picture is something that is easy to understand and more interesting to see. Lastly, to introduce our library to public, we will promote through television and radio ads. We will use the unique image editing that we create to promote it in television ads. We choose this method of promotion because people can hear about library and at any time and anywhere through the radio ads. Activities that we decide to recommend were review of the library. This program allows people that have interest in our library to make a review video about our environment, service or our collection. This program will make collaboration with the government to create a satisfactory number of announcements about this program. Next activities were creative and imaginative competition. These activities are purposely to make our user think creatively on making some adjustment or improvement to our library space and collection. This activity indirectly can attract more people to visit our research library to get ideas for the content of this library. Last activity that we recommend was exhibition and display program. Through these activities, we will display a craft that has been created by public general in our library and our social media feed. Online users that sees the craft to social media will have inquiries about it, so it will attract them to visit our library to see the craft in reality. These activities can get much attention because of the unique things that we display, and this situation can create a great promotion to the public. That's all about the explanation of our promotional tools and activities.
We are now at Department and Services. Firstly, we have Reference Department. Reference Department is to assist in the provision and support of information services, the development of effective search techniques, and the identification and education of users on how to access all library contents. For the policies, the list of references is used to identify process borrowing. Second is to assist external users manage the use of reference materials. Next is to provide user support level. And part 1 is the library staff does not interpret any material or assignments. Lastly, we have charges for assistance and services are an option for some consumers. Next, for the activities of Reference Department, we have assisting and instructing library users on how to use the catalogue. Users should be advised to contact the library or visit the library's website. Next is to assist and instruct users on how to use an online database. Lastly, assisting and instructing users in obtaining the correct information. As you can see, this is the organization chart for Reference Department. We have Head of Reference, and under Head of Reference, we have Reference Librarians, Library Clerk, and Interlibrary Loan Librarian. In this library, we also have Acquisition Department. The primary responsibility of Acquisition Department is to choose and purchase library items to assist Sociale library users in the fields of education and research. For the policies in Acquisition Department, we have the policy statement can serve as a framework for librarians to make their own decisions, instructions for library staff members. Acquisition adhere to and computer generally recognized accounting rules as well as measure the efficiency of supply sources. The policy is used to determine which topics to purchase. And for the activities, estimation of total grant for book and periodical purchases, check the catalogue and library stock to avoid duplication, choose an option for placing order and complete the transaction, gather materials, and payment for materials and collecting. Okay, as you can see now, this is the organization chart for Acquisition Department. Firstly, we have Head of Acquisition, and under Head of Acquisition, we have Manager of Acquisition, and under the Manager of Acquisition, we have Acquisition Analyst and Acquisition Libraries. We also have Circulation Department. They do work in the library and enable scanning and checking in and out for materials, renewals, storage, and book reserve. For the policies, the reference collection, rare books, and periodicals are the only materials that cannot be borrowed. All materials borrowed from the library must be scanned by library personnel. Requests and renewals can be made at the circulation desk or online. Ensure that all items are handled correctly and safely. On a regular basis, the staff must check the due date of the borrowed materials. This is the activities for Circulation Department. Materials must be checked in and out. Renewals, recalls, and book reservation are all available. User help in notifying and looking for goods. Non-members of the Sociale library must register, borrowing and returning items as well as charging them. Collection and inventory management. Okay, this is the organization chart for circulation department. We have head of circulation, assistant manager, circulation clerk, ILL coordinator, ILL assistant, and library technician. Next, this is the cataloging department. For the background, we establish catalog records of books, serials, electronic resources, and other information in the library and ensure information quality in the online catalog to provide access to library services. The policies of the cataloging department is ensure that all objects in the library are catalogued, all of them have been updated and come with an online catalog. Periodically, catalog database maintenance and authority management work is undertaken to guarantee that documents are available for efficient information retrieval. For the activities, the manufacture of materials in the order of priority is closely monitored, provides consolidated access to the bibliographic collections of the Sociale library in every format that has been acquired. The catalog classification and processing of library materials have all been completed. Call numbers and labeling materials have been assigned. This is the organizational chart for cataloging department. We have head of cataloging, cataloging librarian, and library technician. Lastly, we have preservation unit. Preservation unit is to maintain physical excellence in the library's printed collections, assuring continuous accessibility and lifespan of all library collections to users and organizations for future generation. For the policies, maintain the physical condition of the library's print resources, data on the care criteria and condition is gathered. Departments are bound together for preparedness and preservations. Individual book and other item storage process at libraries, and construction and restoration of storage or collection environments. For the activities, materials condition is being monitored. Temperature and humidity are maintained in storage facilities for collecting. In the event of an emergency, make a plan. Volumes are protected by fragile box or other physical containers. And lastly is bindings. This is the organization chart for preservation department. We have head of preservation, preservation manager, preservation librarian, media preservation librarian. As for the conclusion, finally, we believe that libraries should be open to everyone, not only those at the top of their social class, as we develop Sociale Research Library. We believe that libraries should be accessible to people of all backgrounds and races. We hope that through building the Sociale Research Library, we will be able to improve society's perception of refugees, as they are also a part of our community who deserve a better life and may benefit from book and other educational resources. We want to ensure that every senior citizens can study and contribute to society. Librarians serve the old because it is critical for the agency to provide special attention to the elderly, who frequently utilize research libraries as a source of knowledge. This will assist us in achieving our goal of improving the life of refugees by providing them with the information they require. Research libraries, such as libraries that are welcoming to all users, may be considered a multi-purpose site for aged specialties. This is especially true for the elderly, who are more prone to require assistance with activities with which they are unfamiliar. This would contribute to the idea of research libraries as a library for people of all ages and as the premier research library in Malaysia, serving people from all over the world. Staff will always encourage them and smile at them to make them feel welcome in our libraries. They will also be given a senior citizen membership card, which will give them many benefits. This is the purpose of our research library. I think that's all from us. Thank you.